Hi everyone, welcome to a brand new video. So for today, I'm actually uploading a video on our channel right now as of the moment, but I thought it'd be a good opportunity that I get a chance to play another solo game. And I've been watching some of my favorite YouTubers playing this game recently, some of my favorite VTubers I should say, and they're playing this game called Will You Press the Button? So it's sort of like an either or situation where you have a prompt on screen, but however, there's a catch that goes along with it. So for example, on my screen right now, it says own every single video game out there and all consoles, but never get to play GTA 5. So as you see, there's a prompt, but there's always a but. And then it leads into that negative, and then your choice is whether that you press the button or you won't. And because I don't actually have like a physical button with me, I found my Bop It that you usually see in the corner over there, but I will be using this as my quote-unquote button for this episode. So if I don't press the button, I'm just going to skip it. If I do, I will push that Bop It button in the middle. So to get started, like as I said before, own every single video game out there and all consoles, but never get to play GTA 5. So get ready to hear some fun opinions from me and maybe some stories now and then, depending on the topic. So, would I rather own every single game and all the consoles out there but never get to play GTA 5? My obvious answer is yes. Here's the thing. I've only played GTA 5 once, and the reason why is because that I don't really enjoy that type of gameplay because I'm not into the free roaming type of games like GTA, for example, or like Saints Row, even like Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Odyssey, where you could just like free roam and stuff. I'm not really a fan of those games. I just want a game where you could just jump on, play, and then take a break from it. So it's sort of like a quick play, you know what I mean? That's why I love playing racing games and fighting games, because like you could like go in a quick succession and just go on and then do whatever, right? Sort of like speed running through it, I guess you could say. So I would actually press this button. So I would actually like to own every video game out there and all the consoles. So at least I could say I grab it because I just don't get to play GTA 5. And again, I've only played the game once and it was playing like, I think it was called Fire Truck Roulette when Vanoss and his friends were hitting a fire truck and then whoever hit the fire truck last and explodes loses, right? I did that with my friends. It was great, but after that I didn't really care. So I will actually press this button here on my screen, and then I will also press it here to show you proof that I did push the button. And then it says on my screen 82% actually did press the button, 18% didn't, so that's a good thing. It's weird, I'm seeing on my screen that, okay, so I have ads on my screen, and I just saw my former job occupation on my screen. It's so weird. Okay, you can read minds, but you go blind. Ironic, because I wear glasses. If I can read minds, what does it mean by I can go blind? Does that mean that like I can't see like I currently am right now? Because I could still technically push this button. Otherwise, does it mean like I completely can't see? Because if so, then I'm not gonna. So for me, I'll actually not press the button. On my screen, 30% actually did push the button, and then 70% didn't push the button. So I'm part of the majority, so I guess that's a good thing. You will meet the love of your life when you're 23, but until then, you will be extremely heartbroken. Funny, because I'm actually not 23 at the moment, and I am currently past that age, and I will become older as of reading this right now. Does that mean I'm extremely heartbroken? No. For me, honestly, I'm not chasing love at the moment, and I'm actually currently satisfied from where I'm at. Actually, my brother, on the other hand, actually found love before me, and I'm very proud of him for that. And I actually want to support him with this relationship. But yes, I'm still single, so I will actually not push the button. I'm happy. I'm satisfied where I'm at right now. So, and 66% actually did push the button. I'm assuming that they're younger than me, anyways. But 34% actually didn't press the button. Two people of your choosing, you could choose yourself, become immortal, but they will never have any romantic interest in each other, and so will be doomed to watch the ones they love die. Oh, oh, good gracious. Let's see. I'm actually not going to be pushing this button because I think one way or another, There's a purpose in life where we choose to live and have our life, but eventually down the line, of course, everyone has to come to pass or pass away, right? I feel like if I could choose myself on this, I don't want to live on earth forever, quote unquote. Because I know that there are going to be hard times, and there's going to be an age where I'm like satisfied where I'm at, and I just want to like dwindle down, I guess, until like my final resting hours. So, but honestly, for me, I'm not pushing this button. Oh, it's close. Wow, 47% actually did push the button, and then 53% didn't. So I'm part of the majority. So you can talk to animals, but you can no longer eat meat. I like eating meat. I'm not gonna deny that. It'd be cool if I would be able to talk to animals. But at the same time too, I know the importance of like protein and stuff when it comes to eating meats. So I know you could get it like eggs and stuff and like whatsoever, but I really want to eat like chicken, I want to eat beef, I want to eat pork from time to time. I'm actually not going to push the button. 42% did press the button, and then 58% didn't press the button. You get the chance to choose a new talent for yourself, but you steal the talent from someone else. I would rather succeed on my own than rather steal it from someone else. Because I feel like for me, one way or another, it's going to affect me personally because I knew I affected someone else's career. I knew that they wanted to do it, but I enhanced it for myself. And I'd honestly feel really bad, especially if it's like someone that I know or if it's someone like I really admire. Like if I was going for a VTuber, because one day I actually do want to become a VTuber and try it out. Caspen does as well, but if that ever does happen, I don't want to take over someone's spot just because I want to do it myself. I want to try doing it on my own, slowly but surely. Again, it may not be now, but maybe down the line it could happen. You never know, right? Maybe our channel in the future will like evolve ourselves into VTubers, but I don't know. I guess it depends. I need to find that success on my own, so I won't push the button. 79% actually did press the button and 21% didn't. I guess it's up to your guys' opinion, honestly. You could create parallel universes of your design at will, able to travel to them endlessly and can't die. But for every hour you spend in another universe, you must spend 1 second being brutally tortured. Do I want to be tortured? I mean, I don't want to. I'm not that type of person that would want to create parallel universes anyways. I'd rather just stick to like watching TV shows and anime that I enjoy watching. I'll leave the isekais to them. I get my entertainment from them anyways. I never dreamed about being a part of a parallel universe where something happens in another time, or like maybe like in that other parallel universe I'm actually super famous or whatsoever. I don't care about that. I'm satisfied where I'm at right now. So, oh my gosh. Again, I'm not pushing the button. Screw that. 58% actually did. Understandable. 42% didn't. Okay, you will have unlimited stamina, but you can only run everywhere. It will help me out when I play DDR. Because if so, I guess it might help me out playing those harder charts. The thing for me is that will I still... Oh no, it says I have unlimited stamina, so I'll be able to manage through playing like the really hard charts and whatsoever. Because like I see my friends playing like the really hard charts, like if you know like In the Groove or DDR, they go up to like level 19 for DDR. Level 20 is like beyond in when playing In the Groove or Stepmania, if I'm not mistaken. And man, those charts are brutal. I love to try that eventually one day, but for now, I'm at a measly level 10 or 11 on In the Groove and level 15/16 on DDR. So for me, I'd actually love to try it out, but at the same time too, there are times when I actually need to walk and like watch myself because especially when I perform for church, I'm part of the choir, and then in instances, we actually march up to our choir loft, and to have me run up and prepare myself to sing, it's gonna feel so awkward. So honestly, I'm trying to compensate for that too. So as much as I like to have unlimited stamina, that would be really cool. I'm actually not, so I'm gonna not push the button on that one. 63% of people actually did push the button, and then 37% didn't. Befriend any celebrity. But for every celebrity friend you gain, you lose a close friend you already have. If you count close friends, Does that mean you're friends with them on the daily? When it comes to me and Caspen's relationship as friends, yes, we are. But in my opinion, I don't think we're close because we don't like talk to each other on a daily basis, like what, in my opinion, like what close friends do. We have our times when Casman's usually busy with work and then I'm busy with school, so we don't usually bother each other. And of course, like I'm doing homework and then he has priorities to do. Other than that, I haven't really thought about a close friend because the last time I had a close friend was like years ago. And it was with my crush, honestly. And I didn't even think of her as my crush until I started actually having feelings for her because we actually talked almost every single day. And honestly, that was like one of the most happiest moments of my life. Whatever she's doing right now, I'm hoping that all the best for her, honestly. But I moved on from her. So I'm assuming that if I befriend any celebrity, say if I actually gain a celebrity friend and then we become close friends, does that mean if I make friends with another celebrity, I lose my relationship with that celebrity then? Honestly, I think I actually would push this button because I'd love to befriend like VTubers in general and then like one day like know like different artists and like become friends with them and have them design me and Caspen's VTuber models and I will push it. And this is where I actually lose to the majority because 38% actually pushed the button, which I did, and 62% didn't. A lot of people have a lot of friends. This is funny. I like this one. So you get billions of cookies, but grandmas take over the world. So what does this mean by like grandmas take over the world? Does that mean that they're going to be baking us cookies throughout the rest of the world? They're going to be telling us stories about the past and stuff? Because if so, I honestly wouldn't mind. Because at least we get cookies, right? And we could ask our grandmas to make lots of cookies for us. Actually, I wouldn't mind. At least it's grandmas, and I think they're the most kindest people in the world, so I will push this button. Yeah, exactly. 56% of people pushed the button, 44% didn't. That's pretty funny, though. This is a little hard. Pokemon and Digimon become real. Your current pets become Pokemon or Digimon, but all animals that are real now will not exist anymore. As much as I haven't watched Pokemon or Digimon, I know like the basics. And knowing some of the cool designs of each of these Pokemon and Digimon, I'm not gonna lie, I actually wish they were real. I love my dogs. I love Buddy especially. I love my fish. Don't get me wrong on that. But it would be cool to like maybe like have Buddy like turn into Piplup, have my dogs become like Growlithe, and maybe like one of them could turn to Pikachu. Have my fish turn into like Magikarp or something. That would be really funny. And then maybe one day become like Gyarados or something. So I actually would push this button. Let's go. 45% actually would push the button, and then 55% didn't. So that's respectful. Okay. You are immortal, but you become a blue whale. I think that's pretty interesting. So, if poachers are coming for me, I'm still living. I'm a whale. So does that mean I become Bao, the VTuber whale? She's immortal. To be fair, I won't push the button. 37% did. I guess they want to become whales. The world is in a state of crisis, and you are the only person who knows how and is able to end said crisis. But the only way to end it involves the people you care about most dying and you living with the guilt for the rest of your life while the world moves forward as normal. Oh my gosh, this is tough. This is actually tough. Okay, so unlike the best friend situation for the celebrity, this one actually involves like the people I care about. And that's an actual difference because this is actually really hard to think about. World, please don't hate me. I love my friends and family. I don't want them to die ever. I care about them. I love them so much. I love my parents. I love my brother. I love my pets. I love my friends. Even for like my acquaintances, whether if I'm at like church, round one, all my family members, all my cousins, my uncles, my aunts, I just can't. I love them all. I'm sorry. I'm not pushing the button. Yeah, okay, okay. 28% pushed the button and then 72% didn't. Okay, okay, okay. So your Twitch subscriptions are free, but your favorite streamer will never be heard from again. Here's the thing, I don't have a favorite streamer. I have favorite streamers, but not streamer. So does that mean I'm losing just one streamer? Or I'm losing all the streamers? Because if I'm losing all the streamers, I'm not pushing that button. But if I'm losing just one of them, that's fine. I'm pushing that button. I'm honestly pushing this button. 35% did push the button, which is what I did. 65% didn't. You could solve any one of the world's problems, but you cease to exist to everyone. Nobody remembers that you even existed. Easy. I'm not pushing the button. That's fine. There are other people that could do that for me. To be fair, I consider myself as like quote unquote the background character anyways when I'm not with Caspen, because I try to make myself as a main protagonist or like in front of the camera. I feel like I'm able to do something, but when I'm actually socializing with other people, I'm very introverted, I'm very shy as well. So I'd rather just be like on the sidelines, just listening to their conversations because most of the time I'm not part of the conversation. I'm just in for the ride, honestly. 48% actually did push the button that they would solve any one of the world's problems, but cease to exist to everyone. But 52% didn't. Oh, okay. I actually like this one. You can eat as much ice cream you want and will not affect your health in any way. But you can never eat any type of cake for the rest of your life. Shockingly, my favorite dessert is ice cream. So I'm pushing the button. So 55% of people actually did push the button, 45% didn't. So I don't care. I don't have to eat any more cake. That's fine. Because at least for me, it doesn't affect my health because I can eat as much ice cream as I want. Heck, give me mint chocolate chip ice cream any day and my health doesn't get affected. I love that. Just like everyone just gives me mint chocolate chip ice cream. Heck, if that's not your favorite ice cream, just send some over to me and I'll just chow them down. And my health will not be affected. I will take that 100%. I don't care if I don't have to eat cake anymore. I would rather eat ice cream for the rest of my life. You get the power to read minds, but everyone you use it on will from then on think badly about you. This is why, for me, I'm very careful about who I speak with when it comes to stuff like this. Because I rather do this on people that I'm not familiar with than my actual friends. I would push the button if it's for people that I'm not affiliated with, but if it's with my friends, then I will not push that button. To be fair though, like I said before, I don't care about what people think about me in particular. I'm just gonna go back and what I mentioned before, I won't push the button. Screw that. So 35% did, 65% didn't. That's totally fine. Half-Life 3 comes out today, but you'll never get to play it. Easy, easy. I don't care. That's not my type of genre when it comes to gaming. If that said Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I would not push that button. If that said the Tekken, I would not push that button. Any rhythm gaming that I love, Project Diva, Dance Dance Revolution, I'm not pushing that button. But anything not related to that, Half-Life 3, I don't care. I'm pushing that button. Because I'm just going to give that to my brother. He could play that all he wants. I don't care if he tells me the game is really good and he wants me to play it. I don't care. I'm not going to play it. That's fine. That's fine. That's totally fine. You will not be able to get sick, ever. But you will be lonely for the rest of your life. I think one way or another, we all get sick. That's completely fine. I will not push the button. 23% actually did, and 77% didn't. So I'm with the majority. Ah, okay. I'm not gonna. Okay, I'm gonna alter this. You would be a star, but you would be an adult star. I'm not pushing the button. I'm hands down not pushing the button. 48% did, 52% didn't. That's funny. I'm sorry for this. Then again, I guess if they enjoy it, they enjoy it. But I feel bad for them. I'd rather not. Screw that. Kurt Cobain will come back to life and make 20 more Nirvana albums, but the next 5 presidents will be Republicans. I'm gonna keep myself quiet on this. I'm not gonna push the button. I respect Kurt Cobain and all that he's done when it comes to Nirvana and stuff, but honestly, it's not my type of band. I'm not gonna lie. I'm more into anime songs. I'm more into Vocaloid, like childhood songs like the Wiggles and stuff, Thomas the Tank Engine, DDR songs, like video game music in general. That's my type of genre when it comes to music. Like recently, I've just been listening to the Tekken soundtrack because of like how freaking good it is. So especially like for those of you who play Tekken 8 and you listen to the character selection screen, oh my gosh, it's great. I love it. All animals can speak like humans, but they are all very annoying or complete jerks. Like legit, very annoying. They're dogs, or they're complete jerks. They're cats. My bird is gonna be very annoying. My fish is gonna be a complete jerk to me. I think that'd be really funny. But honestly, I love my pets the way they are. So even like outside animals, I don't care if they're like jerks to me or whatsoever, but I'd rather not. It'd be funny though. Yeah, so 22% did, which is really funny, and then 78% didn't, which is also really funny. So I'm fine with my dogs not speaking to me in a proper way, and my pet parakeet obviously. So but that's just funny to me. What's up with this again? So you can now read and control people's minds. But every time you use this power, you have a 10% chance of developing cluster headaches. They disappear after 30 minutes. To be fair though, at least this affects my personal health and not anyone else's. But I'd rather not. I'm just gonna leave them be. So for me, I'm not pushing the button again. 77% of people did push the button. Understandable. 23% didn't, and I didn't, so. You become a pro League of Legends player, but you'll stay a virgin until you're 30. I don't even play League of Legends. I don't care. If I become a pro, great. You save the world and make it a better place, but you go down in history as a bad person. I'm not. I'm not pushing the button. At least there are good people out there. I believe myself as a good person too, but for different obvious reasons. Not for myself, obviously, but just to show the respect for others. The person you love will fall in love with you, but she will become 10 times more flirty and people will flirt with them more often. If people like flirting towards her, that's fine. I don't really care. It shows how beautiful she is. Plus, the person that I love falls for me, so it doesn't matter. In the end, it's a win-win situation, so I'm pushing the button. Yeah, 57% of people did, 43% didn't. You could breathe underwater, but you have to hold your breath in air. So does that mean I have to live like SpongeBob whenever he like enters inside Sandy's dome? I had to actually like put a like gigantic jar of water over my head so that I'm able to breathe properly. Then when I take it out, I can't breathe and I have to dip my head back in the jar again. That'd be really interesting. As much as I love to have that ability, I'd rather not. I'm not pushing the button. Yeah, 23% of people did. Understandable. 77% didn't. Also understandable. You get 3 wishes, but your worst enemy gets double of anything you wish for. So what's the point? I don't have an enemy. I'm religious, so I believe in God. Yeah, I'm a member of the Church of Christ for those of you who don't know. I believe in the power of prayer, honestly. Maybe I could give this a short story. So, 2016, me and my family, we're living in a different place, not this current house, but in our house previously, we were only renting a house, and we were on the verge of being kicked out, only to find out that we only had, I believe, less than 3 months to find a new place to live. It turns out that this house that we're currently in at the moment was actually one of the houses. And we were fortunate enough to actually look into this house and try to move into this, honestly. And of course, we loved how it looked like inside here. And then I'm happy with how the downstairs area here, where I'm in the basement of the house. So during that moment too, there were actually 2 other families that were actually trying to go for this house too. And they were looking for the highest payer. We gave an offer, right? And then we were just waiting upon the results to see like who would officially get the house. After finding this house and the other 2, they were already taken. So this house was our last opportunity to score the house so that, we don't become like homeless or we have to move into like a fellow brother or sister's house. We're in the church or family. So We want our house for a home, right? And the thing is, for us to do that, we had the power of prayer by our side. And then we kept constantly praying day and night. Whether if it's at home, whether if it's at the chapel, whether if it's like even outside of our own homes. Because I was also studying around that time. And I'd be sometimes be praying in my college campus too, hoping that one day we live in this beautiful house. And lo and behold, 2016 of November, we moved in here. And to this day, we're still living in this beautiful house. I couldn't ask for anything better, honestly. And I'm living with my family right now, and I'm very happy. Three wishes, honestly, is just nothing to me. I think the power of prayer is stronger than any wish that I could ever take. I know my story could seem cringe for some people, which is understandable, or they could care less about it, but for me, it's personal, and I'm very happy where this led me right now. So honestly, for me, I'm not pushing the button. 66% of people did, which is understandable. I would have done the same thing originally, but after saying the story, yeah, I didn't push the button in the end. 34% also haven't pushed the button. You become the race you want, so an elf, vampire, Vulcan, Time Lord, etc. But you will never be loved by people you'll... Easy, I'm not pushing the button. I don't care. 35% of people do want to become their race, 65% didn't. You can achieve your childhood or adulthood dreams slash goals, but you have to give up everything you have, including a place to live. Ooh, do I want to become a WWE superstar? Do I want to become a VTuber? Do I want to become a famous YouTuber? If I have to give up everything, I have to give up my family. I have to give up the place I'm living at right now. I have to give up my pets. I have to give up like all the things that I adore and love at the moment. DDR, ITG, playing games, all that stuff in general. But one of the most important things for me, like I mentioned before, I'm very religious, so church. So does that mean I have to give that up too? Because honestly, I'm strong in my faith and I'd rather not. I know that there's plans for me in the future. I'm hopeful. I know it. But at the same time too, I don't mind where I'm at right now. So I'm honestly not pushing the button. 43% did, honestly. Yeah, I could understand why. 57% didn't. Me too. You can do anything you want, but every time you do this thing, a loved one dies. So I'm not pushing the button easily. 24% people did, 76% didn't. Yes, okay. You will receive an early copy of the new book you've been waiting for months. But the book will be so happy slash sad that if you will destroy you with feels. And since the book hasn't been released to the rest of the world, you will have no one to talk with about it with. Wait, English, man, English. Okay, so let me try to translate this one more time. You will receive an early copy of the book you've been waiting for months, but the book that you will read, it'll be happy or sad, and it will destroy you with the feelings that you have with the book. So depending on how the book is, it hits you, right? Whether it be really happy, really sad, whatever. And since the book hasn't been released to the rest of the world, you have no one to talk about it with. So basically, you're keeping a secret from the rest. To be fair though, I don't mind because I don't read. I don't care if I can get the next like Vocaloid book, manga or whatsoever, or like Oshinoko, if they like continue on with it or whatsoever. Any other manga that I enjoy, I don't care. I'm keeping it to myself. I pushed the button. I don't care. 54% did, 46% didn't, because there are people that would rather do it with their or save it and share it with their friends and family whatsoever, but so be it. You have unlimited power and wealth, but everyone hates you for it. I will not, so I'm not pushing the button. 52% people did. 48% people didn't. You could have a man slash woman of your dreams, but you both die in 24 hours. Easy, I'm not pushing the button. 22% of people did, 70% of people didn't. Okay. You become the best detective in the world. Amelia Watson! But there's an assassin after you that tries to kill you once a month. So I'm being stalked. Okay, so that's interesting. I'm not into the detective type of stuff, so I'm not really into Sherlock Holmes and all that type of stuff. I'd rather not, honestly. And plus, at least I don't got an assassin watching me and like wanting to try to get me. So I'm not pushing that button. 33% of people did. Interesting. 67% of people didn't. You get to sleep with your eyes open in class. But spit falls down your mouth every time you do this. I sleep with my eyes closed. But I'm a person that drools when they sleep. I'm not gonna lie. So there's something that I'm scared about every time I fall asleep in class, let alone in public. Because I've been seeing like videos sometimes of people like falling asleep, and then especially if they're really into their sleep, sometimes they like do weird things. Like they like sleep talk, obviously. Sometimes they sleep walk. The most embarrassing thing that I want happening to me is sleep farting. Because I've actually witnessed it with some people, even my crush. I'm not gonna lie, I'm sorry. I'd rather not, so I'm not pushing the button. Yeah, 34% of people did push the button, 66% of people didn't, so that's one thing for sure. Absolutely all your vital information is conveniently available in one simple place for your ease of use. But the government watches everything you do, and if your data falls into the wrong hands, you lose everything, including your identity. I think I'm not gonna push the button. Okay, 25% of people did. Interesting. 75% of people didn't. I'd be a little more terrified if you push the button. You become very charismatic. Everyone will like you. But you will become severely unhappy because inside you just be an empty shell. So basically everyone who's popular nowadays. For those of you who haven't seen Oshi no Ko, I feel like it's sort of like that because you have that popularity of people loving you. But at the same time, yes, you have the people of the world having their support for you, but the ones close to you, it just feels different because you're just unhappy because of the way how you are in your position. Like say if I were to ever become an idol or like a professional wrestler whatsoever, and everyone in the world loves me, that's great. But I feel like yes, one way or another, deep inside, I'm gonna be affected because there are things that I feel like something is missing in my life, and I want there to be like something in me that I know that I have that security that I can feel happy where I'm at in life. So this is getting touching. So I'm not pushing the button. 33% of people did push the button, 67% of people didn't push the button. Also very understandable. You can teleport at will, but each time you teleport, a family member or close friend loses years of their life. I'm not pushing the button. Yeah, 31% of people did. 69% nice didn't. You become the smartest man in the world. And it just says man, so not man slash woman. But you're confined to a wheelchair and have to type and talk in a robot voice forever, so just like Stephen Hawking. I'm fine where I'm at, honestly. I don't have to be the smartest person in the world. I don't want to gain that status in life. I have my strengths and weaknesses, and I understand that. So I feel like if you're still the smartest person in the world, of course your weakness is bound to a wheelchair. But I feel like there's more to it than just that, right? Because deep down inside, there are some things that hindering you other than like your physicality. So honestly, I'm not pushing the button. 35% of people did, 65% of people didn't. You get to have any superpower or multiple superpowers, but the government and media label you as a supervillain, and nothing you say or do changes public opinion of you. I want the ability to fly. I want the ability to teleport. I want the ability to breathe underwater. A lot of things. You know what? I'm pushing the button. Yep, 67% of people did, 33% of people didn't. All the spam entries vanish. But the site randomly goes down at least 3 times every hour for 10 minutes each time. At least 3 times every hour for 10 minutes. So 30 minutes. It's just going down for 30 minutes. So I only have 30 minutes to do this. And then the next 30 minutes, I can just do it again. To be fair though, I think that's already a good video in itself. So I'm pressing the button. I don't mind. That's fine. 31% of people did. 69% of people didn't. I'm assuming that 69% of people either want to like keep going or they don't care at all. Or if they're like streamers, you have unlimited funds in your bank account. But you must kill someone for the first $1,000 and another person for every additional 1,500. You cannot be punished for it. I wouldn't push the button. So 58% of people would, 42% of people wouldn't. So I guess 58% of people are like coming after you next, so watch out. You could create a cheap and highly accessible vaccine to any and all possible diseases that inflicts humans, plants, and animals, but the creation of the vaccine creates economic disasters and halts scientific progress for decades. I don't want to get into this type of stuff. I'd rather let the professionals take care of that, so I'm not pushing the button. 45% of people did, 55% of people didn't. You become the emperor of Earth in the future, but Earth is a nuclear wasteland and only 60,000 humans are alive. I will also not push the button because I don't care about that. 40% of people would, 60% of people wouldn't. Interesting. Okay. You could go back in time, but you can only go back 1 second. And if you do it repeatedly, you will never be able to go on with your life. You would be stuck in that one moment forever. Forever! Say in Pinkie Pie's voice, forever! No, I'm not pushing the button. Yeah, 27% of people would, 73% of people wouldn't. You could be any superhero you wish, but every 20 hours you must use your secret identity. 20 hours, huh? Wow. Reveal myself to the public for 20 hours. And then 4 hours, I just do whatever I want. Sleep. I prioritize my health and others first, so I'm not pushing the button. Understandable. 69% of people would do it. Nice. 31% wouldn't. You may do anything you want, legal or illegal, without suffering any punishments or paying for anything. You get everything you want for free, and you could even punch someone in the face. But every time you do something illegal, someone passes, and whatever punishment you would have gotten would be put upon someone else, not of your choosing. Also, when you buy things, the money will be charged to someone else. Oh, so would I rather be doing the things that I want to do in life? Or do I want to be a jerk to others? I don't want to be a jerk to others, so I'm not pushing that freaking button. 53% of people would. Interesting. Propose groundbreaking theories in science and physics, but they will only become accepted and praised many centuries after my death. I don't have any groundbreaking theories in science and physics, unless it's like VTubers are the next best thing in the world, but I doubt that it's ever going to happen. So it's only for like entertainment purposes only. So to be fair, no, I'm not pushing the button. I guess 72% of people would. Interesting. 28% people didn't. You will enter history as the savior of mankind, but you die in less than 3 years. Do I want to be our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? I'm not pushing the button. 42% of people did. 58% of people didn't. The world will be free from any pollution, human damage, and destruction from humans. But technology will cease to exist and it cannot be reinvented. I will not push the button. I love my technology. I'm sorry. Yeah, 33% of people did, 67% of people didn't. Okay, you could skip high school, but have all the knowledge that comes with it. But you can never play a video game again. I will not push the button because I've already sat through high school. 66% of people didn't push the button. They love playing their games, me included. It's ironic too because in high school I was part of the video game club, so. And I will be bringing that up in future video. Or if I've already mentioned that, then cool. You can perform any sport perfectly, and you are the most wanted player throughout the world. But you have one serious sports-related injury a year. This is interesting because throughout my years in life, I've never broken a bone. I've never been in a cast. Watching like WWE and stuff, like any other sports as well, I know that there are really gruesome injuries. I even witnessed with my own eyes on some of my classmates being hurt due to like participating in a sport. Even if it's like as simple as like saying dodgeball. In high school, there was an incident where one of my classmates actually popped their kneecap to the side and it was really gruesome and I felt really bad for him. And they called in an ambulance and they took him away because of like all that stuff. Honestly, I'm not pushing the button. Just thinking about it now just makes me like feel a little queasy too. 48% of people would push the button, 52% of people wouldn't. You could travel in time, but you cannot choose the year. Ooh, oh, that's interesting. You can't choose the year. So that means you could either go to the future or you could go to the past. You don't know when or where you'll be going. Honestly, I wouldn't push the button though, because I'm fine where I'm at the moment. So 46% of people would, 54% of people wouldn't. You could have any kind of car you would ever desire, but you have to wear clothes that you hate for the rest of your life. I'm not a car person. I could care less about what type of car I drive and the clothes that I wear. It depends. Because honestly, for me, where I get my clothes is like Hot Topic, FYE, Amazon for goodness sakes. And then church clothes, I get them to like Burlington's, TJ Maxx. I don't mind because at least they're presentable. So I guess I'm buying like more expensive clothes in general. I could care less of what type of car I drive too. So does that mean I like get like the best car in the world, like a Lamborghini or like a Porsche? That's cool and all, but I'd rather rock the clothes that I'm wearing right now. Otherwise, I wouldn't be repping like Hololive, Vocaloid, my church for crying out loud. I'm not pushing the button. 34% of people would, 66% wouldn't. You meet peaceful aliens who offer you to bring you to their planet and live there. You'll be able to live there like you live on Earth, meaning disease and oxygen-wise and temperature-wise. But you can never return home and will never see and talk to any of your family and friends or any human ever again. I'm not pushing that button. I don't care. I don't believe in aliens. 34% would, 66% of people wouldn't. Everyone in your family will live a good life, but you become deaf and blind with no cure. This is actually a little hard. I think my family nowadays, they're living a great life. Not a good life, a great life. Yeah, we still are like going through like different troubles in life, but in the end, we're still happy. We have God by our side, so we don't really worry about anything. I'm not pushing the button. 25% of people would, so that's good on them. 75% of people didn't. They're satisfied with their lives. You have the power of invisibility, but you cannot use it to spy on other people when they're naked. Easy. I pushed the button. At least I'm invisible. That's cool. I don't have to see people naked. 83% of people would. That's good for them. 17% of people wouldn't. Yeah, I'm not a creep. There's no shot of me not pushing that button. You become immortal, but only as long as the yearly average temperature of the Earth doesn't rise by over 5 degrees. No, I'm not pushing that button. It's a 50-50 split. Oh, that's interesting. But a majority went over to the positive side, so they actually would become immortal. You will live the rest of your life in the DC universe, but you will become a supervillain. I'm not pushing the button. 42% of people did, so they want to become evil. And then 58% of people wouldn't. Oh, what the heck? Interesting. President Kennedy does not get assassinated, but the Beatles never became popular. President Kennedy is a great president, too. So, but the Beatles never becoming popular? Well, to be fair, though, I mean, there are some very controversial takes with John Lennon when it comes to his stances. But at the same time, too, I really enjoy the Beatles because I love some of their music. Yellow Submarine's a classic. Yesterday, I really love that song. I understand that President Kennedy's great. At the same time, too, I think the Beatles had a purpose. And again, I feel like things had to happen, so I'm not pushing the button. Wow, this is super close too. 49% of people would push the button, 51% of people didn't push the button. You are able to read a book in 10 minutes and you know everything in it, but you have no hands. I'm not pushing the button. 26% of people would push the button, 74% of people wouldn't. You are reborn, knowing everything you will ever know, but this time you will only live to 30. I don't have that much time left, I guess. I'm not pushing the button. 45% of people would, 55% of people wouldn't. You can transport yourself into any video game and take anything out of it when you leave. You may also respawn indefinitely in any game that allows it. So, one of my favorite games is Mario Kart. Does that mean I'm able to like bring like my own Mii suit or anything? That'd be cool. But you cannot leave until you beat the game, and the first game you must play must be Dark Souls Online. Furthermore, time passes the same in-game as it is in the real world. If there is a numbered amount of lives, you will be killed if it reaches 0. Okay, that's not my type of game. I don't play Dark Souls. So I will not push that button, because I will lose immediately. 42% of people would, though. Interesting. I'm pretty sure they know their strategies when it comes to playing. 58% of people wouldn't. You are immortal and have changed into the perfect you. But you have to kill someone. Can be anyone, a criminal, some person you hate, your friends and family. I don't judge, I just make things to put on the internet once a month and make it bloody. No, I'm not. I abide by the rules. I'm not a murderer. I don't want to do it. but 55% of people would. So if you're looking for immortality and you're here watching this video, you may be next, so be careful. Candy, whenever you want it! But every piece has 5% chance of also being a laxative. Does this mean that I get to like maintain my health too, like what I did with the ice cream one that I answered like way before? Or does that mean that anytime I take candy, I risk of like damaging my teeth, getting the chances of having diabetes? Because if so, then I'm not pushing the button. If the prompt originally says candy whenever you want and you get to stay healthy, I would definitely push the button. I don't care if it's like 5% of being a laxative, but if it's just like candy whenever I want and it doesn't help me out, all the sugar levels, it keeps like rising in my body whatsoever, then I'm not pushing the button. 42% of people would though. Interesting, 58% of people wouldn't. I'm not a candy person anyways. I don't know if chocolate counts as candy because if so, I'd be like chowing down like Reese's and like M&Ms and stuff. Every terrorist in the world dies. World peace forever. The world becomes a perfect utopia. But everyone will hate you for no reason, exile you from society, and forget you exist. I'm not pushing the button. I feel like for the second portion, where it says everyone will hate you, this includes your friends, your family members, and I love them all too much. 52% of people would though, so that's good for them, honestly. You marry the person of your dreams, but lose all of your friends. Ooh, this is tough. This is honestly tough. Let's say this person's already married to someone. Does that mean I could have the right to take her? You know what? No, I still wouldn't do it anyways. 34% of people would, 66% of people wouldn't. You always smell like peppermint. Oh, I actually like the smell of peppermint. Peppermint has the qualities to repel bugs and insects because they hate the smell. But you cannot have contact with domestic animals. Okay, I'm not pushing the button then. I'm sorry, I can't. 24% of people would. Interesting. 76% of people wouldn't. You can live in a video game of your choice, but you have just one life. I'm not pushing the button. Wait, actually, you can predict the future, but you cannot remember the past. I'm not pushing that button. I rely on my past. I love my nostalgia, man. 31% of people did. 69% of people didn't. You live forever, but your mind will eventually rot, leaving you as an undead being. You cannot walk, only breathe. I will not push the button. 80% of people didn't anyway, so good for them. You can be an expert of anything you want, but your head becomes abnormally large. Even with my abnormality, do I still live as a normal human being? Because if so, I guess that doesn't really affect me. But at the same time too, I don't need to be an expert in anything. Like I said, I'm fine where I'm at. I have a bunch of stuff where I have specific knowledge in. I know combos when it comes to fighting games, especially Tekken, racing games. I know my lore when it comes to Thomas, Vocaloid, The Wiggles, Hololive, visual novels, game board games, card games, Magic, Arthur, anime, My Little Pony, PlayStation 1s, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 4. I never grew up PlayStation 3 as much. WWE. I'm literally looking around my room. Cardcaptor Sakura. Maybe the first season of Sword Art Online. Maybe the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's. All this fun stuff here behind me. Mario Kart, yeah. Dance Dance Revolution. Round 1. I know a knowledge to some of these. Not all of these, but I have the knowledge, so I'm not. It's fine. I'm not pushing the button. 45% of people did, 55% of people didn't. You have the ticket to experience walking on Pluto, but the ride to Pluto takes 10 years. In parentheses, it really does. I'm not pushing the button. Yep, 62% of people didn't. You will know the answer to every question anyone ever asks you, but you can only speak when someone asks you a question. I will not. I want my ability to speak, thank you very much. 58% of people did not push the button. You can become another person for a night, but it shortens your lifespan for a year. I will not push the button. 47% of people did push the button though. You can breathe underwater, but it has to be boiling hot. I'm not pushing the button. You'll be the most desired person in the world, but you cannot make love. I will not push the button. 68% of people, come on, one more percent, it'd be 69, come on. Everyone works for you, but there's always a rebellion. I will not. I want to make sure there's peace as much as possible. 65% of people didn't push the button anyways. You can have many fans, followers, or subscribers as you please, but you will have twice as many people who hate you and everything you do. I will not push the button because I'm only doing this as a hobby for now. 65% of people didn't. You have all the money you desire and everything you could ever think of wanting, but the person you love the most dies. I'm not pushing the button. I love them. You will become the most rich and famous person in the world, but you will die of drug overdose in 20 years. I'm not pushing the button. You can learn any instrument you want in 2 days, but no one can hear it but you. Ooh. Oh, that's interesting, actually. To be fair, I want to learn how to play drums and the guitar properly, even the piano. As much as I want to push this button, because I actually do want to learn certain instruments, like expertise level, no one can be able to hear me. I want to try experience playing in a band one day, if that ever does happen to me. So I'm not pushing this button. 41% of people did start a new life, but you forget your old one. I'm not. I'm fine with my life. Yeah, 58% of people didn't anyways. $100,000 appears on your bank account by mistake, but you have to spend every cent in 2 hours or you get arrested for theft. So what? What if this like comes from like the government or whatsoever? Or if like it's sent to me accidentally from like someone that's like needing the money more than me? I'd rather not. I'll give it back to that person, honestly. I'm that type of person. You will end terrorism once and for all, but you will create a police state in your country where civil liberties are a minimum. I'm skipping it. So 66% of people also didn't push the button. So you can order anything online without anyone knowing for 10% of the original price. But everything you order will arrive 5 to 25 days late at your neighbor's house. I don't mind that. I could get anything that I want. But because I know my neighbors well, I could just notify them that I'm receiving something at their place. It's like 5 to 25 days late. I don't mind that. That's nothing. I'm pushing the button. Yeah, 62% of people did anyways. That took a lot longer than I thought, I'm not gonna lie. But I have a lot of fun doing this. So if you guys want me to keep playing this game, I will definitely be down to do this again in the future. But if you want me and Caspen to play this maybe together instead of just me so that we both share our opinions on these different situations, let me know in the comment section down below. Otherwise, what are your thoughts and opinions of like what I gave throughout this entire session? Do you agree with most of them? Do you disagree with them? Maybe your opinions differ from mine. Maybe you disagree with all of mine for all I know. So again, it's up to you guys. Thank you guys for watching this. Don't forget to hit the like button if you like the video. Leave a comment down below. And if you want to see more stuff like this, please hit that subscribe button so that you can know when you could be notified of when we upload our videos. Yeah, let me know what you guys want me and Caspen to do next. I'm going to wrap it up here. And yep, that's it for me. Bye, guys. Peace.